Hi, good afternoon and welcome. This short video learning session will focus on the Siebel Open UI from a user perspective. This is part of the visualization series looking at high-level challenges related to the Open UI. We'll have a few more with other stakeholders later on. This is using an absolutely out-of-the-box 8.1.1.9 freshly installed. So let's get started and log in. And let's first of all consider life as a salesperson. One of the first things I like to do is to check my calendar to see if there's anything that I need to do today. So the implementation of the calendar on the home page is very important to me. I like the way that the scrolling is automatically picked up with the mouse wheel. I'm going to now go across to the main calendar tab. And I'm going to play a little bit with the calendar, and I'm going to try and create an appointment for myself today. I can't say that this is very intuitive, but I can sense that this is the button I'm supposed to click. Let's see what happens. I've clicked it. I'm waiting a little while. I'm getting a little nervous now, finding out what's going to happen. And here we go. Yes. So now I'm going to create my appointment. Date and time entry is very important to me, so I'm going to just save this for the time being. Show that the tooltip looks pretty good, gotta say. It's fairly well implemented. The tooltips otherwise are fairly useless. They simply show applet names and object names, I have to say. I'm going to create an opportunity, and we're going to come back to this idea of dates and times. So let's create a new opportunity with a minimum of information. Simply an opportunity to use the pop-up list of accounts, and I'm going to pick this account. Quite well executed pick applet. Standard features. Users should not be too perturbed by this in any way. I'm going to choose a probability, and I'm going to choose a sales cycle, or rather sales stage. Jolly good. So no issues so far. I'll drill down on the opportunity. And I'm going to add a contact. I'm going to add a contact with an email address. But before I do that, let's just review. The real estate on the screen is quite poorly used. There's a lot of white space. The old error messages look just the same. Nice to see they've come across with all the usual quality user interface. And in the next stage, let's add a title. It's interesting how that for autocomplete MR was not picked up, although MR dot is in the list. Now the calendar, I find, is a particular weak point in the sense that yes, these sliders are fun, but if you're used to entering the time as just numbers on your keyboard, the time is actually read only, which can be very frustrating indeed. And I'm going to add finally an email address because I'm going to use the send email functionality in just a moment, and this will give me an opportunity to see how it features in the Open UI. If you're wondering what's happening, I'm going to drill down on the contact, and I'm going to press the F9 key, or rather I'm going to go through the Siebel menu, and I'm going to choose File, Send Email. For whatever reason it didn't pick up F9, but I suspect that might be to do with my browser rather more than the Open UI. And the Send Email window appears, fairly standard. No great changes here. I'm going to enter a subject. I don't think I have any body prepared, so right, and I'll click send, and hopefully I will see that there's now an activity in my activity list for this contact. I still have to refresh the list. It would be nice to see some kind of auto refresh in some of these pages, but I don't think we'll ever get it. And there is my outbound email. So far so good. About record responds normally to the keyboard shortcut. It's a little disorganized, but I can still find everything that I need. Now let's proceed to look at a couple of other features. Let's look at the Attachments tab and see how attachments fare in the new Open UI. I'm going to select a small attachment. It's a text file. The upload seems to be fairly simple. You have to watch out for things like this. You'll see in the top right hand corner pop-up blocked. Now I'm going to look at my account explorer, which was one of the weak points of the old UI, of the JavaScript based tree. I'm going to add a second account and I'm going to make it a child of the first. I have to say that it's not that intuitive. The graphics on the left hand side are pretty basic. And now where's Junior gone? Oh, I'm not sure what's going on here. I didn't like that very much, that my child account disappeared, and here it is again. Okay, so a little bit clunky, I have to say. I didn't feel comfortable with that, but it works. Okay, there's my test account. And let's go and have a look at the next stage, at our contacts. And let's look at one of the famous original views, which was very popular way back when I started looking at Siebel, before the web became our preoccupation. It's the organization analysis page. I don't hold out that much hope for it, since it was a very specific class. But let's have a look at the organizational analysis. Well, so far so good. Oh, there's a strange kind of blue box. Has a new button, which is kind of odd. Not sure what's going on here. I was expecting actually to see the standard message that tells me it's not available because it's not supported by Open UI. But instead, I think a user would be pretty confused by this. Oh, what's this? Okay. So the help text from the... okay, so this is going to need a bit of cleanup before anyone's going to go anywhere near it. I'm going to add a new contact just to see if that makes a difference. And it doesn't. Okay, fair enough. Let's not get upset about it. Doesn't work. So now we're going to experiment with a couple of standard features that I've implemented in Siebel. The how do I, the I help produces a strange blue bar with no error messages. More irritatingly is it now causes Siebel to slow down. This is an uncensored click. I haven't speeded this up or slowed this down in any way. You'll notice that now that I'm displaying this strange how do I blue bar, that the response time is pretty awful. So something weird going on there. So if you've implemented iHelp, you're going to need to do a little bit of adjustment and testing. At least out of the box it doesn't seem to want to play, even though I have an iHelp which has been given to this responsibility. Okay, so iHelp's a bit of a no-no. Yes. Let's go back to my opportunities. And let's look at my customer dashboard, another popular feature. Okay, the customer dashboard looks kind of weird. Let's click on an account to see if it's going to actually pick up. Oh, and now the customer dashboard, let's add a contact just in case. It doesn't matter, I'm just trying to get the customer dashboard to refresh, and I scroll up. Oh, there's a delete button up there now. That's not good. Don't like the look of that at all. In fact, the customer dashboard is a bit of a let down, I think, and I know I have a couple of customers who use it quite a lot, so that's going to need a bit of work. Okay, let's get rid of it. Oh, it doesn't seem to want to let me get rid of it, which is slightly irritating, and I can't find a way to get rid of it. Okay, so this needs a bit of a refresh. Let's go to the task UI. I've implemented a task here, rather activated the task. Nothing much seems to happen when I click on it. Now this may be something to do with the task, but it's interesting that I have no error messages and no other information to tell me what's going on. Well, that's it for our first walkthrough. I hope you'd enjoyed it, and we'll have some more up on the website in the very near future. Take care.